And today, I am going to talk to you about what happens when I'm feeling stuck or not sure what to do, and how spirit helps me and how I connect with spirit in order for them to help me. You know that feeling where you have a problem that's happening in your life and your mind is just spinning because you've gone over different possibilities and situations and way to solve things, and you've talked about it with your friends, or might even be sick of hearing about it by now, and you're just not quite sure what to do. You're kind of at a crossroads, and that is the perfect time for the Akashic Records, I found. And I wish that I had known about it before I turned 50, but it wasn't until I turned 50 that I found out about it and really dove deep. And it just helps to make sense of things. You get in touch with your guides, and they're not going to ever tell you exactly what to do. It is not even a fortune teller like you might think of when you read your tarot cards. You're like, what should I do? And it plays out in the cards, shows you what might happen. And it is like that in some ways. It does give you possibilities, but it's up to you. And it just kind of is more empowering, giving you the insight and the wisdom that you need to make that decision, or to get um, just more clarity is what you might need. And so let me tell you today what the Akashic Records are, how you can access them for yourself, and the reasons why you might go into the Akashic Records. So the Akashic Records, if you could think of it like this, it would be best. Although there's some people, you get angry at the description. I think it's easiest. Imagine it like a library in the 5D, in the spiritual realm. And instead of having books on history or science or whatever your books might be, fiction, nonfiction, you have books that are all about different people, and you have a book of you. And in this book, it's as if somebody wrote down all of your thoughts, actions, experiences, ideas. Every single thing went into this book of you, and you have access to this book, going into the library to see the librarians there, and you can find your book on your shelf and open up this book and read the prayer of intention, the Akashic Records prayer that you choose, to open up this book. And that's all it takes, is you just repeat this prayer 3 times, once aloud, twice in your head. And there's different ways you can use meditation and imagery and music to go in as well. But most typically you read this prayer of intention. And not only can you access this book for this life, you can access it for all of your past lives. So it's really amazing. You can go in and say, what is a past life that I had that could, maybe a past life gift that I had that could help me in this life, that I could use now that I haven't explored. Or maybe was there an issue that I was having with somebody in a past life, and now it's coming up again in this life, and what would be the best way to resolve this? And what can you do to make it better? Or maybe you're at a crossroads with your career, or you're looking for something new and you want to ask more about that. I have gone into it when I was at the very beginning. We were trying to make a decision about my daughter and her school, where should she live? And because of the timing, it was a challenge. And I was hoping that she was going to stay at home because of the time that it was. But the Akashic Records show me, the possibilities of what that would be like if we did go that route of her staying home. And it just wasn't as wonderful as if she would go off on her own into this one location. And she ended up doing that, and it turned out really well. So it can just give you kind of insight or understanding of how that might be. When I was navigating relationships with my siblings during a family, um, you know, transition, I'll call it that. It was really helpful to go in and get guidance on how to navigate it with them, and what to do and what to say and how to be and what to worry about or not worry about. The guides actually said, quit worrying about it. Like, what if everything went okay with this? And they had to say that a few times that I went in. But eventually, I took their advice, and it, knock on wood, worked out. So there's different ways that you can use these books about yourself to investigate it and see what's in there. And the way you get information is going to depend on you and your experience and the way that you receive information from spirit. It might be like I now get clairaudience, hearing them or kind of channeling them. But in the beginning, it was just writing the thoughts that would come in my head. Some people see pictures, but it's up to you to explore and have fun and just have this tool at anytime, anywhere that you need it. It's just really wonderful to have that. So I'll definitely be talking more about the Akashic Records and so many other different ways to use it and how it can be helpful and what happens in a session when you go to see an Akashic Records reader. But just know that you probably are already connected and already aligning with your guides, and just try writing a question down and seeing, what kind of response do you get. Hit like and subscribe so you can follow along when I put up new episodes. And that is it. I hope you have a great day. Bye.